Good afternoon, everybody. This is Vinay Rathi, and I hope everybody is doing well during this pandemic situation. So, we at Tempsons we are trying to have series of webinars so that we get in touch with the customers and like we can update about what is happening in Tempsons and what new we are doing, and can answer some of the questions from your side. So in this series we are going to cover thermal and cable solutions, what is being offered by Tempsons for the critical industries. So critical industries here we mean that mainly the defense industry, the nuclear industry, the aerospace industry, and these type of industries. So in my presentation, so there are it's a slightly longish presentation. So first is the introduction about Tempsons. Then we have a specific thermocouples and RTDs what we are offering to the nuclear and the space sector, then pyrometers and thermal imagers, temperature calibrators, then cables, heaters, and lastly the furnaces. So this is the most of what we are offering, but this presentation is mainly directed towards the requirement of nuclear, space and defense kind of industry. And after this these points, like covering all these points, we can have a question and answer session so that we can cover most of the questions from your side. And we have requested you to register. So in case if you have not registered, then you can just leave your email IDs in the chat and also the questions in the chat, so we can kind of take up those things for you, and all the people who have registered or who are leaving the email ID would get the PDF presentation of this presentation. And anyway, you can always get in touch with us or me whenever you feel like. Okay, so we'll start. So Tempsons is a part of Pyrotech group of companies. So in this we have got three major divisions of Pyrotech. So the first division deals with control panels and control desks. The second division, where I am representing right now, is doing the thermal and cable solutions, and the third business is the lighting and electronics. So today about 50% of Pyrotech's revenue is coming from Tempsons side. So in Tempsons, so we have got multiple brands. The first is Tempsons itself. Then we have got AST for infrared pyrometers and furnace camera. We have got AccuOpt for thermal imagers, and Marathon heaters for electrical heaters. So in this in Tempsons there are again three major parts. The first is temperature sensors. So these are the major part of our revenue, and as our name suggests, Tempsons, so it is the temperature sensor is the main business of Tempsons. In temperature sensors we do thermocouples and RTDs. So we are the largest, one of the largest in the world, and maybe the largest in terms of numbers of thermocouples and RTDs produced. Then we do infrared pyrometers and thermal imagers, which we also call as temperature sensors. Then we have got cables, so which is about 33% of our revenue. Here we do a lot of different kind of cables, but we are restricted mainly to instrumentation and control cable. And the second specialty from where we started is the high temperature insulation cable. So we will talk about this later on. And then in heating solutions, so this is about 14% of our business, and it is represented by our brand Marathon Heaters. So those are the three major businesses of Tempsons. So we have over 600 employees in Tempsons. We work with almost 75 countries around the globe. We got 3 global locations. The head office is in India, Udaipur, and then we have got our factories in Germany and Indonesia. Total we cater to more than 6,500 customers. The sales is almost like 250 crore rupees or $36 million. This company was started in 76, so it's a long experience of almost 45 years now. And the company is growing pretty fast right from its inception, and almost 25% growth we are able to achieve. And there's a lot of innovative products from our side, and our main one of the main focus of the company is innovation. So we're trying to do innovate in our domain of thermal and cable solutions. So you will see during this presentation a lot of new things that we are trying to do, and the existing things we are trying to make them better. So the market share, the majority, about 60% is in India, and 40% is worldwide for us. So majorly in Europe because of our company in Germany, and then Asia Pacific because of our company in Indonesia. So we are trying to expand to other regions like North America, South America and Middle East, where we are right now not that strong. So that's the plan. So our core is performance, and we work as close partners of the customers, and most of the products are made to order. So we have to be close to our customers to provide him or her a solution which satisfies his or her requirement. So we do a lot of, most of our orders are make to order. So you can estimate that almost more than 3,500 orders are running at a time in the company, and everything is make to order. So there is a lot of engineering effort and a lot of understanding right from the offer stage to the final delivery stage and the performance stage when the customer is using the product. So that is one of the key, I would say, the area where Tempsons is different than the other competitors. So these are the plants in India. So we have got our thermocouple plant, which is the temperature sensor plant, heater plant, thermowell. So we have got 3 locations where these 5 units are located, and then another one is coming up in this facility where the PVC cables is there. We have got our establishment in Germany from 2012 and in Indonesia since 2017. Now the unique things about Tempsons is we have got a completely integrated plant. I would say it's a unique plant which nobody else has in world. So we make our own thermocouple alloys, like we melt our alloys. We make our own MI cables. Then we make the thermocouples from it. The same alloys can be used for our compensating cable or extension cable and other cables that we do. We also make our own magnesium oxide. So it is quite an integrated plant and to the final delivery of the products. For example, the CNC parts what are being used comes from our own for making pyrometers are being manufactured in our machine shop, or maybe the PCBs are coming from Pyrotech Electronics. So it is quite an integrated plant. So it's a world-class facility. One of the we have tried to do similar facility as other world-leading companies in our domain. And there is a vast amount of application knowledge, because most of the people who are customer facing have been with us for quite long time. So they understand the requirement and they work with different customers, so that one small, I would say a small innovation done at one plant can be also done at some other plants. So that is one of the major advantage for Tempsons. So, and make to order solutions, and plant is geared up to take small or big orders. The minimum order size is 5,000 rupees, and I think the largest we are doing is almost like a 13 crore rupees job. So it is a huge, large number of small orders, and a lot of project orders. So there is no, like the company is geared up for doing both small and bigger orders. Now coming to the temperature sensors that we are offering. So this is just the initial one. We'll go into the detail later on. The temperature sensors that we do is thermocouples. These are base metal, noble metal, refractory metal thermocouples, right from negative temperatures going up to 2300 degrees centigrade. We offer in mineral insulated or non-mineral insulated formats, platinum thimble, multi-level thermocouples, and a lot of different specialty thermocouples. This is what we will be talking about in our presentation later on. Then we do a lot of RTDs, precision RTDs, vibration proof RTDs, high temperature RTDs, even RTDs up to 660 degrees centigrade we are manufacturing on regular basis. Then thermowell and accessories, connectors, heads, fittings, transmitters. So there's a lot of different accessories and the thermowells which are part of these thermocouples or RTD. We also do gauges. So we do temperature and pressure gauges. So this is mainly to because we had a lot of customers who were looking for gauges along with the thermocouples RTD. So this is more like a completing range for us, and we do it in a small number, these gauges. Then these products are coming from mostly AST side. One is infrared pyrometers, so right from negative temperature going to high temperatures like 3500 degrees centigrade, very high speed pyrometers. In mainly the sensors what we are using are thermopile, indium gallium arsenide or silicon. Then thermal imagers, this we started about 2.5 years back. So we design and manufacture thermal imagers in India, right from the basic sensor to the final product and the solutions. So we'll discuss about this solution also. And we have got our software team, FPGA team, processor, and a lot of electronics which are involved. And we also offering as a solution. And also during this COVID times, we did a lot of projects for fever sensing application at customers' place. Then this is a new range of products what we are now working on. So these are fiber temperature sensor. So this is based on fluorescence. Then there is another kind which is based on Bragg grating. So it is FBG based multi-point temperature sensor. One fiber can have multiple temperature sensors and they can be sensed. The fluorescence based temperature sensors are used a lot in the microwave industry or transformers, big transformers. Then FBGs, in one fiber we can have multiple temperature sensors. Then distributed temperature sensors based on Raman effect. So these are the three new products that we are right now offering, and from I would say July they would be full-fledged being offered by Tempsons. So right now it is in the prototyping stage, all these three products. Then we are also offering now wireless temperature transmitters and receivers. So we have developed transmitters which can take input of thermocouples, RTDs or thermistors, and they can it is working on a battery, so they can directly connect to the receivers. Up to 50 transmitters can be connected to one receiver, and you can have multiple receivers to do your complete plant data acquisition, or you can do it like for data logging, I would say. So we are not right now offering for control, but right now it is mostly for data logging and seeing what is the temperature in the areas. Then, as I told you, we do thermocouple and nickel alloys. So mainly for thermocouple alloys, compensation alloys, extension alloys. Nickel alloys can also be for heaters or heating alloys, as already written. Nickel alloys can be also for pure nickel wires or nickel copper wires. Then a range of temperature calibrators are being offered right from -196 to 3000 degrees centigrade for contact and non-contact. This will be covered in detail later on. And in furnace cameras, we have got normal as well as thermal cameras. In cables, we are doing thermocouple RTD cables, high temperature cables, special cables, and mineral insulated sheathed cables. So they are thermocouple. They are in various insulations. So all these cables. So we do PVC, silicon, FEP, PTFE. So right from temperature ranging from negative temperatures, you can go up to 1200 degrees centigrade insulation. Also some fire survival, DC solar cable, automotive cable, linear heat sensing cable. So these all kind of cables are available. And in the metal sheath cable, so we are able to do thermocouple and RTD mineral insulated metal sheath cable, and also power cables we are offering. Then special construction we are doing for coaxial and triaxial cables, and also self-power neutron detectors for the nuclear industry. So these are some of the special kind of products that we are offering for wires and cables. Then we have got instrumentation signal cable, LT power cable, and lead wires, hookup wires. So we are working with a lot of customers. Also lead wire for the flight applications, and cables for the flight applications like Teflon cables and with silver plated copper wire. So those all things. For heating solutions, so in heating solutions we are doing cartridge heaters. These are for high voltage cartridge heaters, band heaters, flexible heaters which are with silicon and polyimide, Kapton heaters. Then we are doing tubular heaters in various diameters, in various coil forms, and a large amount of various combinations are available with the tubular heaters. Then we do bundle rod heaters. So these are mainly going in, these are directly heating elements which are insulated by the ceramic insulator and being used up to 1000 degrees centigrade. Can be with the outside tube which is called a radiant tube, mostly used in the non-ferrous industries, in aluminium and other areas, and also for some other like heat treatment furnaces. Then a lot of process heaters that we are doing right now. So these process heaters are for heating a process fluid. So the customer gives us what is the input temperature, output temperature, input flow, pressure, and we have to design the things and associated instrumentation and pumping and other systems. So these all are big project orders. That is what we are doing right now. A few examples will be shown later on. Then we do MI heaters. So these MI heaters can be used for heat tracing or for we did for sodium pipeline heating for Bhavini and other places. So those all heaters are also available from our side. Then special heaters, so these are infrared heaters, or they could be according to the customer requirement. Various kind of heaters can be done. We do a range of laboratory furnaces, process furnaces, and as we already covered earlier, heater alloys. So these are from the heating solution side. And in services, we do thermal consultation. As I told you, that customer would give us what is the temperature he wants at the exit, and what is the input temperature, flow and pressure, what is the material, and we will design the whole system for him. Heat furnaces. Then in some cases we do wake frequency calculation or thermal process optimization. So these are all part of the thermal consultation that we do. we have our calibration lab, 3 of them in India, which are NABL accredited, and 1 of them in Jakarta, which is with the Khan accreditation. So we cover a large range, right from minus 196 to 1700 for contact, and minus 52, I think I would stand corrected, it is 2900 degrees centigrade for contact type sensor. Also in our Udaipur lab, we have got primary calibration setup with the triple point of water, gallium, tin, zinc and aluminium up to 660 degrees centigrade, right from 0 degrees centigrade. Also we have got this accreditation for doing on-site calibration. It could be for the sensors, it could be for furnaces, or it could be for some other scope as well, but all related to temperature. Our measurement uncertainty is amongst the best in its class, and I think one of the best in India, and maybe worldwide also it is among the lowest uncertainties. As I told you, we have customers in almost 6,500 countries, so we cover 6,500 number of customers when we are covering. So we cover almost all kind of industrial research. It could be steel industry, power industry, petrochemical, glass plants, aerospace, research organizations, nuclear. So there is a wide variety of customers that we serve. So there's a lot of R&D effort that we are doing, and the company is invested for the future. So we are doing a lot of things. We are invested a lot in the company, in machines, in R&D, and the future development. So we want that in our domain, at least, the customers don't have to go outside for either quality or like a quality product or a quality technology. So those all things we are trying to offer the customers right here in India, and we are trying to serve worldwide with this technological background about thermal and cable solution. So that's about the basic presentation, and now we would come to specific presentation about what we are doing in the critical industries, nuclear, space and research. So critical temperature sensors that we are offering to the customers. The first one in this is strap-on RTDs. So these strap-on RTDs we are giving to nuclear power plants. As you can see here, so this is the head of the strap, which is connected to, which is fixed to the pipe, and it is with a curvature, and with a strap-on clamp, it can be fixed to any pipe. And on the cold side, it is the cold end is terminated by a glass to ceramic to metal seal. So it is a customer requirement of having a high accuracy ceramic to metal seal, because the customer is looking for a 20 years life for his RTD. Then different mountings are there according to the pipe size. The mineral insulated cable is has to be as per ASTM 235, which is for critical environment. So it requires a special testing of the cable, special purity of the MGO. Then the size of the conductor is also different. So there's a lot of, and also a lot of tests on the outer sheath, which are there for IJC and all those things. So the cable for this RTD has to be made according to this standard. The insulation resistance required by the customer is in order of greater than 10,000 mega ohm at room temperature, and at high temperature more than 5 mega ohm. So these all things, and self-heating error of very small self-heating error. So and the major point is with the pipe, the response time shall be less than 20 seconds. So in this you have to take care that there is no gap between the sensor and the outer pad, and the pad has to be cut properly so that it has got maximum thermal conductivity with the pipe. So those all things have to be taken care for this customer. Mostly it is going to Nuclear Power Corporation, and we supply to all its plant in India. Then this is for the measurement inside the pipe or some area. So here there is a thermowell which goes here, and there is an insert which goes inside the thermowell. So these are called B1 and B2 RTDs. So they can be with just the head or can be with the MI cable. And again here the customer requirement is that it should last for more than 20 years. So the major problem comes from the cold side. So we don't do a normal epoxy cold end sealing. So it is again with the ceramic to metal seal. And the second important thing here the customer needs is the response time with the thermowell of this RTD has to be less than 8 seconds. So for this there is a very special design. The insert is tapered and it is made of silver, and inside the thermowell also a taper drill is there, so that when the RTD is touching the surface of the thermowell there is a good contact along the length of the RTD. So that is how it is able to give a less than 8 second response time of the with the thermowell, and without thermowell is less than 3 seconds. And again the same requirement of like more than 10,000 mega ohm at room temperature insulation resistance. All these RTDs, the last one and this one, have to be tested in autoclave at 1.75 kg pressure for more than an hour, and they should be the insulation resistance should remain good. So those are the basic requirements for this RTD. Then the same for severe systems. So after this Fukushima accident, so NPCIL has introduced some extra RTDs which are to be put even in case of a severe accident. So these temperature sensors or instruments should work. So they have to be qualified by LOCA, MSLB, and they have to have DBE qualification, radiation qualification. So it is a much more severe requirement than the earlier RTDs. But the construction is similar, but the application is much more stringent. So it needs a much more care to manufacture these RTDs. Then we supplied to PFBR reactor in India in South Bhavini. So these were used for in the sodium pipelines. We supplied the heaters also for these pipelines. So these were temperature sensors, 3 mm dia, and type K and type N. Both we supplied. Outer sheath for 316 and Inconel, and with 1000 degrees centigrade, more than 5000 mega ohm, and with class 1 accuracy, and it was with the LIMO connector. And there were a lot of requirements, like we had to do radiography and other tests for this customer. They were again as per ASTM E235, the middle insulated conductor for this, middle insulated cable for this. Then we also do swage thermocouples. So these are reduced tip thermocouples. So the thermocouple measures its own temperature. So as the mass is smaller at the tip, it will give you a faster response. For example, a 0.25 millimeter thermocouple can have a response of 30 milliseconds. So with the reduction of the tip, we get a fast response, and with the higher diameter of the extended portion, we get more strength. So this is being used in a lot of industries to get faster response and have good mechanical strength. We supplied also to GTRE and a lot of customers like this, IG Car and VRC, some of these sensors. So we have got in-house radiography and other measurement facilities. So they all can be checked and measured also in the company. These are reactor thermocouples what we supplied to IG Car. So these were 12 meter long and with 3 sensors in one, and when it goes inside the reactor, so these are protruding outside the temperature sensor, so they are touching the wall in the outer tube, and they are K-type and 12 meter long and response time less than 2 seconds. So they were the basic specs. So we supplied in Vikram Sarabhai Space Research Center the wind tunnel thermocouples. So earlier these were being imported, and we supplied B-type thermocouples and K-type thermocouples. Outer tube was tantalum tungsten 10% with silicide coating. So this is a special material which is used for aerospace application, and so it is this wind tunnel is one of the highest speed wind tunnels in the world, and so we have supplied them these thermocouples, and they have to be fast response time because the experiment is very short time experiment. This is again for wind tunnel, but with a different design. So they wanted it to come out outside of this. So these are thermocouples for 0.5 millimeters and 1.5 millimeter with platinum outer tube for B type and for K type for the Inconel. So the response time is 1 second for K type and 3 seconds for B type. So they are again working in high temperature application, high pressure also. So we do right from 0.25 millimeter Mi thermocouples, in which the outer diameter is 0.25 millimeter, and the inside the conductors are, you can say, almost like 12%. So 0.03% is the inside diameter of the wire. So mainly for fast response time. Also switch thermocouple, as I told you earlier, can be done. Then these are sensors, RTDs we supplied in the submarine application, which is a nuclear submarine being built up by India, and we supplied through government integrator for this submarine project. So these are very critical sensors, and they had some specific requirements about each and every thing. So the customer was almost sitting here for more than 6 months to see that and manufactured in front of them. Coaxial and triaxial cables. So these are for taking out high temperature signals which are very low amplitude, and so such kind of cables in mineral insulated metal sheet constructions are possible, and also possible in the regular insulation like PVC, Teflon, silicon and other insulation. We do self-power neutron detectors. So these are again as per customer requirement. So we can have different wires of the emitter and the conductor wires. So we did rhodium SPNDs and Inconel SPNDs and different. Hello? Can you hear? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yes, yes.
Thank
You
you.
can proceed.
You're audible.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we can hear.
You cannot hear?
Yeah, we can hear Vinayji.
Okay, okay, thank you. Then this is a special development we are doing for Nuclear Power Corporation and also for Bhabha Atomic Research Center. So this is a thermal level sensor based on thermal dispersion. So in this case we have got, as you can see here in this hole, there are two probes. So one is a heated and other one is a non-heated probe. So these are basically resistance, like the whole length is made of a resistance wire, and one of the resistance wire is heated and the other one is non-heated. So when it is immersed in liquid, so the heated portion would disperse the heat, and based on this dispersion of heat, we can measure what is the level inside the tank. So this is being used after this Fukushima accident in the nuclear power plants for the temperature inside a big reservoir of water. So we have developed it for Nuclear Power Corporation, and we can get like the largest length is I think about 10 meters and an accuracy of 98%. So just now we started this new project with Bhabha Atomic Research Center. So they wanted the same on the same principle, but they wanted on discrete heaters. So what they have got is like they have got in the whole length of this level probe. So it's a level sensor only, and it has got the red ones are the heated zones, and they temperature sensors which are placed in middle of the heated zone and the non-heated zone. The white one is the non-heated tube. So as the liquid fills, because this is put horizontally, but if you understand from left to right, if the level increases, then what happens? The red one, once it is immersed in the liquid, then it will disperse the heat. So you can tell which one is like how much is the liquid filled by a discrete method. So they had their own. The last one was a continuous measurement, but this one is a discrete measurement, and the customer wants to do it in a very compact fashion, and this is being right now worked out. So in this case, what we are doing is we are having a heater which is having a distributed heating. So there is heating only in the red zone, and there are mineral insulated thermocouples which are put from the side of this heater and then again compacted with the outer tube of metal, and these mineral insulated thermocouples are at different lengths. So, and then the electronics would kind of provide you what is the level, till which level the liquid has been filled. Then we did for some aircraft industry the total air temperature probe, and it is with an integrated heating system for de-icing at high altitude. So it measures the temperature outside the aircraft. So we did it for some aircraft industry for the design section. Then we made pitot probe sensors for aircraft. So it is measuring air pressure as well as the temperature outside the aircraft. Then this is, I would not say this is for the nuclear or this industry, but this is a special helical thermovals we have designed for high flow rate areas. So in case the standard PTC 19.3 calculation for wake frequency does not meet the requirement, so then the vortexes can be killed by using a helical thermovals. So they can be either machined by helical, or we can have a welding of the helical fins outside the thermoval to have a better withstanding against the flow and vortexes in the pipeline against fluid. Then these are heat flux sensors. So we got this technology transfer from VSSC, and so these are heat flux sensors which are cooled as well as uncooled. So we are having two options. So the heat flux sensor would measure temperature, not temperature, but it will measure the heat rate on the surface of the sensor and would provide an electrical signal output according to the heat what it sees in front of it. So we have got two kind of sensor. One is cooled and second is uncooled. And the second thing is in two kind of heat fluxes we can measure 10 and 30 watts per centimeter square. So these are mainly for applications for seeing experiments with fire, experiment when the rocket fires. So there are areas with this. This is a high heat flux or a Gordon heat flux sensor, which is mainly used for high heat fluxes. This is a platinum sheathed thermocouple what we have supplied. So it would be mostly going to the glass furnaces which are being used in the nuclear industry for waste disposal. Then we also do a lot of ultra high temperature sensor. Ultra high temperature is like the B-type thermocouple can go maximum up to 1700 degrees centigrade. But when the application is more than 1700 degrees centigrade, so then we can measure it by a type C or type D thermocouple. So they can go up to 2200 degrees centigrade in non-oxidizing atmospheres. So either reducing or vacuum atmosphere. So we can measure the temperature up to 2000 degrees centigrade by type C or type D thermocouple. The outside tube can be tantalum or
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Could you please just show last slide? Yeah. Can you just brief it again?
Yes, sir. I think if you can mute your mic, I will. Okay, sir. So now, normally the outer sheath of the thermocouple is like SS316, Inconel, or such kind of materials. But what happens? Platinum is a material which is non-wetting with glass. So the platinum, and secondly, the melting point of platinum is much like higher than the melting point of Inconel or other materials. So especially for the glass, molten glass application, platinum is used as a outer protection tube, and inside the sensor could be a type S, type R, or type B type thermocouple. So this application mostly should be for the waste material of the nuclear power plant. So they melt it in the glass furnace and put the waste inside the molten glass and solidify it. So these thermocouples are used to measure the temperature inside this molten glass, where this waste is like it is a furnace for disposing of the waste. So this may be for that application. So what I
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So type C thermocouples and type D thermocouples mainly for reducing and vacuum atmosphere up to 2200 degrees centigrade. Also these thermocouples can be done in multi-point thermocouples. So we can have multiple points and they can be at various lengths, and according to the customer requirement we can have a temperature sensing at different lengths. So this is quite a standard kind of product for us, being used a lot in the chemical and petrochemical industry, but also we have supplied such kind of sensors in the nuclear industries or critical industries. This is a special thermocouple. It is a self-eroding thermocouple. What happens? So these self-eroding thermocouples, as we know that the thermocouple is at the tip of the thermocouple has two portions. One is the hot end and the cold end. So the junction is made at the hot end and you get the voltage at the cold end. But what happens when the thermocouple is exposed to environment in the inside the furnace or inside any area? So the hot junction, if it is exposed, then it will kind of burn off. But in this case, the hot junction, so these are positive and negative leg, the purple ones, and the red is the insulation. So they are done in such a fine, with such a fine foil, that as the process is eating up the junction, again new junction is being formed. So these are called self-eroding thermocouples, and we supplied a lot of these in, I think, ASL or some other lab of government, and we supplied multiple numbers. And you can see here there are multiple, like one of them is a self-eroding kind of thermocouple, and the rest are just other standard thermocouple. So the center one is a self-eroding thermocouple. So the thermocouple will keep on giving the temperature till it is eroded till D1 point. So such kind of special assemblies can be done, or a singular self-eroding thermocouple can also be offered for your experimental requirements. So that is it about what we are doing in the special kind of temperature, contact type of temperature sensor, I would say. Now let us move to the infrared pyrometers, thermal imager, and furnace cameras. So these are all quite exhaustive topics, and we would have specific seminars which are on each one of these sensors, or you can write to us anytime to discuss more about your specific applications. So in the pyrometers we have got the different series. We call it A plus series. It has got a focusable optics and temperature range right from 200 to 3000 degrees centigrade. Very good field of view, 300:1. So it has got on the back side a display and parameterizing key, and it has got analog output, digital outputs, alarm outputs with laser or through the lens sighting, or can be with video. So this is quite a popular series and it has got a lot of features. Then A series, so this is where we started AST from, and we have supplied more than 20,000 pyrometers of type A series and working well. And now we are proud to tell you that now AST is offering all these pyrometers with 5 years warranty. We are very sure about the quality and the reliability of these pyrometers, and so that is why we just started offering 5 years guarantee. So they are rugged, compact, and different sensors are available. So this one is with a Bluetooth communication. So in your mobile, through your mobile, you can make the parameter setting. So you can do a sub-ranging, or you can change from RS485 to RS232, or you can change the analog output. The E series is got a electronics in this box, and it is extended by a cable, and the head is a little bit separate. So here this can be pointed to where you want to measure the temperature, and you will have a display here, and you will get an analog output here also available as USB. So this is quite a versatile pyrometer, right from -40 to 2500 degrees centigrade. So this one is T3 series. Almost so all of these can do almost similar features, but some of them are having some special feature so that they can be used for some specific application. But most of them can cover a wide range of temperatures and different applications. This one is a special series for the casting application. We've got the Swift series, so this is with 10 microsecond response time. So this was done again for a nuclear, like I think a defense laboratory or a nuclear research institute. And then again this was done for similar kind of customers. It is a 2-color sensor with a very fast response time, like 100 microseconds. So these are the top end pyrometers in the world. So if you compare AST pyrometer or worldwide any other pyrometer, so these are the best specifications you can get for money. Then we have also fiber optic pyrometers. So here the only the optics is here, and all the sensor and electronics is here. So it is good for any high temperature area or area with electromagnetic field. So they are available in single color, 2-color, and a wide range of temperature, right from 250 to more than 3000 degrees centigrade. So then this aluminum pyrometer, it comes from Israel, our company in Israel. So AST is a joint venture between Tempsons and AST Israel. So AST Israel produces all the aluminum pyrometers. So and also these kind of multi-wavelength pyrometers, which can be used mainly for aluminum industry, but also for other industry which needs this particular kind of pyrometer. Then we have got some special pyrometers for the glass industry. So this one is again with the fiber optic sensor, sits on top of the glass furnace, can be used for other applications as well. Then this is for the mold temperature measurement in the glass. So this is a handheld pyrometer, which is I would say the first handheld pyrometer India is producing for industrial use. So till now we have got a few pyrometers what we are, like a lot of people are offering for this COVID temperature sensing. So those all are Chinese assembled pyrometer, but this is completely designed and made in India. And this pyrometer is would be available from June onwards from Tempsons or AST side. So it has got right from 0 to 1800 degrees centigrade, available in indium gallium arsenide and thermopile version. So, and the last one is very interesting. So this is a new development. Now what happened, like in this year the platinum prices increased almost 2 times. So people are worried about buying a PTRHPT thermocouple. So this is a solution. So what we have done is we have put a pyrometer on top of a standard standard thermowell, for a ceramic thermowell. So here is a pyrometer which is at the end, and you have the electronics. So it gives a 420 milliampere, and also if you want to have a 1:1 replacement, so this can give you a R-type, S-type or B-type equivalent millivolt as well. So you don't have to change your cable also. So you can replace this pyro well, we call it pyro well, with a, so we already applied for a patent for this product, and you can replace it to a thermocouple, and I would say today it might be cheaper than a platinum thermocouple. Then handheld pyrometers, so then these are again like especially also available in single color and two color. So these are pyrometers for the these are two wavelengths inside the same pyrometer. Then this is for the boiler tube tube temperature measurement and the software associated to it. So this is about what we do in pyrometers. So the more details if you want, or specific applications, so we can discuss 1:1 and try to answer your questions later on. We started a new company called AccuOpt, so it's more like a startup company. Today about 25 people are working in this company, and we have designed and manufactured a different kind of thermal imager, starting mainly with the industrial version. So we got a low resolution 80 by 80, 160 by 120, 384 288, 640 by 480, and for high temperature one 700 to 1800 degrees. The first three can work up to 1000 degrees centigrade, and they are quite suitable. Today I would say that they are replacing in a lot of places pyrometers, and they can give you much more information than the pyrometers. So they are available with a Ethernet output, and you can then connect to IOs which are available from us, and you can trigger a signal. And the first two, LT80 and LT160, are also available with the analog and digital output, so you don't even need an IO. So it will give you a directly output, and it can give you much more information than a pyrometer. So we can discuss about the applications later on or you can visit our website for more details about it. We got software, so these softwares have region of interest and other lot of things, and can give you output also through this IO modules in this auxiliary IO module. So these can be enclosed, the thermal images can be enclosed with cooling jackets, and can be accessorized with network accessories and other things. They can also be put on a pan tilt zoom system, and then you can see we did a lot of application in switch yards for petrochemical, like for flare stake monitoring, or for even for the fever sensing right now during the COVID times. Then we also do like these all pyrometers have to be integrated with infrared lenses. So there are also different lenses are available. Then again, this is the first time in India we are launching this thermal imager. This is the first Indian handheld thermal imager which is being launched by us. So this would be available mostly in July or August. So it is with 80 by 80, 160, 120, and 384, 288. Three resolutions would be there. And it would have a lot of different features, so we'll come back to it when we are close to launching it. Surveillance cameras, weapon gun sights, and perimeter security. So these all products are being manufactured in India by a subsidiary company of Temson called AccuOpt, Accurate Optoelectronics. Then the same technology is being used in thermal cameras, and then we do visual cameras, fixed mount cameras, and other kind of camera systems. So this is the camera with the retraction feature and with the control panel. So can be used in cement plants, power plants, or any other place where you want to, or steel plants where you want to see inside the high temperature furnaces, and the camera retracts back in case any abnormal condition is there, because it is water cooled and air purged. So in case any problem is there with the air supply or water temperature, or the temperature goes high, so it will retract back and save the camera. So we supplied over almost 200 cameras system in different industries. So then these are special electronics products that we are doing, or that we did. So we are really glad to announce that we have made the food warmer for the Gaganyaan project. So this is with DRDO. We did this project, and again they are placing. So earlier it was the initial orders that we did, and now they are placing some more orders with us. Then we are launching a new product which is go inside the furnaces. So it is data pack. So it is for thermal profiling of the furnace. That is it about what we are doing in the thermal image pyrometer side of the products. Then we come to the calibrators, temperature calibrators. You can do it fast. So we have got calibrators. You can see here for the there are three kind of calibrators. One is the dry block, then high temperature furnaces, and liquid calibrators. So there are three major different type of calibrators we are offering. So in the dry block we have got right from -196 to 80. So this one uses liquid nitrogen in this box, and this block can go right from -196 to 80. So, but this is a hassle. You have to put liquid nitrogen every time in this flask. So we just launched a new product, which is a very special technology with free piston Stirling cooler, and it can go to as deep as -100 degrees centigrade to 40 degrees centigrade. So I think worldwide there are only maybe 2-3 products which are available, and we are proud to say that in India we manufactured this one. So this is with a good stability and a small form factor. It can be carried to site, and during this vaccine time we are having a lot of requests from pharma companies and other people who want to use it for different purposes. This is using Peltier -30 to 110 degrees centigrade. So they have got blocks in which you can put your master and test sensor and can do comparison calibration. This one is a light model, so it is just less than 4 kg, so you can easily carry to site. Temperature range for 40 to 500 degrees centigrade. This one is our most selling items are these two items, 650 and 1200. So they are up to 650 degree and 1200 degrees centigrade, mostly used for thermocouple and RTD calibration. These are laboratory models, so they all up to 1200 degrees centigrade, up to 1500 degrees centigrade, up to 1700 degrees centigrade for thermocouples. So they can come with special versions like, so right now what you are seeing is a single zone, but it can have 3-zone heating and controlling system for better, I would say, axial uniformity. So different requests according to customer requirement, we can cater to specific requirements and for these calibrators. These are liquid baths. We have got right from -40 to 50, -80 to 50. This one is a benchtop model, -35 to 200 degrees centigrade, and this one is a oil bath, 52 to 50 degrees centigrade. So they are quite ergonomically designed, and they meet the world best. So inside also it is quite modular, the electronics and everything. This is a special system what we have designed. It's an automatic calibration system. So you don't have to kind of note down the readings and do all these things. So this will be done by the calibrator itself. So as you can see here, so each calibrator has got a master, test 1, test 2 and test 3 probes. So what you do is, here is the well where where you put your master in the test and connect it over here, and you program. You can do the programming that what set points you would like to have. So you can put here set points like 250, 450, 1000 and 1100. So it will go to this temperature and measure what is the test temperature. Like these are the set points, and it will go to this point and seek what is the master temperature, test 1, test 2, test 3. Similarly, the next, after it is done, go to the next, see whether the standard deviation is met, then take the whole reading, and then it will get all this data and put to the computer, where you can get a calibration report. So you can do also a manual one, in which you can see something like this, and you can then either record the reading manually, or you can record the reading by so this is the initial screen. You can put the serial number, the type of thermocouple, so it is suitable for all different kind of thermocouples and RTDs. Finally, you can get a calibration report like this one. So you can get what is the temperature at which you had set, what is the master and actual temperature, and the deviations. Also for non-contact pyrometers and thermal imagers, we have got black bodies for surface temperature, cavity temperature, up to 3000 degrees centigrade. We have got solution right from -50 to 3000 degrees centigrade. Also some special solutions can be offered, like we had a requirement from one customer. He was asking for the black body inside a climatic chamber, because he has to characterize the thermal imagers. So we designed like this is like the top chamber can be set at different temperatures, right from I think 0 degree centigrade to 60 degree centigrade, and it had a thermal imager as well as the black body, surface black body, small one inside this already fitted. We at Tempsons are also offering different kind of measurement tools. So we have got these are meters, 08 and 09 with different resolution, the 08 with 0.01 and 09 with 0.001 degree centigrade resolution. Then this benchtop meter is also available. So they are with 2 channels of thermocouple and 2 channels of RTDs, and with high resolution 0.001 degree centigrade for RTDs and 0.01 for thermocouple. It can take all kind of thermocouples, all kind of RTDs. You can do data logging. You can extend this with a add-on card to 24 channels or 12 RTDs from the same channel. We also offer master thermocouples and master RTDs. So this is what we do in temperature calibrators, contact, non-contact, and measuring instruments associated with it. Then coming to cables. So in cables, we offer different insulations. So these insulations are starting with, I would say the maximum used is PVC up to 105 degrees centigrade, XLP, ETFE, silicon, FEP, PEEK we can extrude up to which is up to 250 degrees centigrade, Teflon, PTFE up to 260 degrees centigrade, which is a wrap and centered, and we can also do extrusion of PFA. Polyimide can be done up to 310 degrees centigrade. Then we have got fiberglass, ceramic fiber and alumina fiber, which can go up to 1200 degrees centigrade. So these can be for the core and the outer insulation. So there is a wide amount of products that we can offer, and it would need a more detailed presentation if we go into detail about cables, because it's a completely different domain. So I'm just giving you a small glimpse of what we are offering. We mainly thermocouple cables, so we are doing extension, compositing and thermocouple, 3 kind of conductors in the cable. It could be from 1 pair to 16 pairs. So we have got a a large facility with armoring and twisting and all kind of things. So the largest diameter we can do is almost like 60 millimeters diameter. So we can do a large number of a big cable as well. We are approved with VSSC for the flight application cables, and we are offering different kind of cable, single core and twisted pair and shielded jacketed cables to them. So they are with silver plated copper. So we got our in-house silver plated copper plant, and then the taping and sintering is also done in-house according to various mill standards and other standards required by the customer. Then we do radiation resistance cables, like it could be PEEK or PEEK silicon. So these are, we specially did for NPCIL. So this is the certificate of for the radiation processing by the government agency. We do fire survival cable, and with different reference standard and different tests which are required. These are polyimide wire, which are colored polyimide wire with colored coating. So this is again for the Space Research Center. Then Twinix cable, bus cable, underwater cable. This is having special insulation. Then linear heat sensing cable. So this is a twisted pair cable. So it is useful to know where the fault has occurred because of high temperature. So it will sense the heat, and they are available for 68 degrees, 78 degrees. So up to 180 degrees they are available. So the cable would kind of make the connection if it sees high temperature, and there would be an alarm available to the customer. So these are mineral insulated copper cable used for critical areas for power. So they are long length cables with the outer sheathing of copper, can also be with a special sheathing, outer sheathing for corrosion protection. And so these cables we have supplied to some of the plants for and they have withstanding, they are with LCSO LPCB approval, and even after 8 hours of burning at 800 degrees centigrade, still the connection would be there. For those critical areas, such cable can be used. Then we made, we actually developed this for a customer, which is for the application inside mostly the tanks. So they would, it is called Firewire, and it's a linear thermal detector. So as the temperature rises, the insulation would drop. It uses a very special insulation material and a single core wire, and the insulation would drop. The insulation resistance would drop if it sees high temperature. So this was being imported by the customer, and we are offering it for the tanks for the military purposes. Then coming to heating solution, so these are again some of the projects that we did, so which shows the variety of jobs which are being offered by Marathon themselves. So this is a Therminol skid what we developed for BARC. So it was heating the Therminol oil, and it was having 2 tanks, and the customer wanted to do some experiments with this. And like, if you are specifically interested, we can have a more detailed presentation on specific these things. Then this is a heating cable we designed for a commercial aircraft for Honeywell, which is doing for, I think, the Chinese airline company. These are molybdenum heaters, which we were supplying to Tarapur for glove box vacuum furnace. We do silicon rubber heater, and we also have we have got 2 kinds. One is a wire wound kind of silicon rubber heater, and second can be a east foil heater. So these are flexible heaters, they can be stuck to surfaces. So any of your requirement of any experiment or for I would say electronics being used in low temperature areas, so this is quite useful. So we supplied to BARC, IPRC, BEL and other places, VSSC also. This is just a photo from IPRC, and you can see a huge amount of silicon rubber heaters what we supplied to IPRC Ahmedabad for their Plasma Research Institute. So for vacuum, they had problem of moisture, so they used our heaters for drying up those moisture during the generation of plasma. This is what we supplied for Gaganyaan for the food heater. So it was a heating thing, and then the electronic circuitry associated with it. These are pressurizer heater for the nuclear power plant and for KKNPP. So we are just designing these things for KKNPP. This is for the PFBR reactor, again for KKNPP. These are extended cold region heaters. So what happens? So in case of any heater, you have to have a hot part and the cold part. So in this case, what we have done is we have switched the hot part so that this part would be the heating part, and there is no junction between the hot and the cold part. The same part is being reduced so that the reduced portion would become the hot end, and the thicker portion would have a larger a lower resistance, so it will be the cold end. So there is no connection between the hot and the cold end. So this was the requirement of the customer. Mostly it is being used for the sodium pipelines, and then IGCAR is also using it for a lot of their experiments, such heaters. We supplied the fuel bundle simulator to BARC for NPCI, and this is our team. We supplied along with the data acquisition system and fuel pin simulators. So it was an interesting project for us. These are air heaters and controller we supplied to Bhavini. Then hot water generator we supplied to BARC. Then these are again different projects that we did with some vessel and some control system. So this is again for boiler heater for Hindustan Oil. Then this is for IOCL Haldia. So this is the air separation plant in JSW Salem. This we supplied as for a prototype plant or for CNG to IOCL Panipat. Then a lot of immersion heaters we supplied to Luboil. So those are just to give you an idea about the various kind of heaters that we are doing. So we are doing all small and big heaters, starting from the simple cartridge heaters going up to cartridge heaters, band heaters, silicon heaters, Kapton heaters, and then tubular heaters, and going to big process heaters as well. We just designed a new range of furnaces. So again, our motto is to offer to the Indian customers and the worldwide customers products which look good Indian products. I would say. I would not say that it is like foreign products. So we would say that we would like to offer very good Indian products to Indian and foreign customers. So this is some of the laboratory furnaces and industrial furnaces which we are offering. So this is a muffle furnace, so they can go up to 1200 degrees centigrade and available in various sizes, wattage, and with different capacities it is available. And then these are high temperature furnaces up to 1800 degrees centigrade. So we have got 1400, 1600, 1800, and again they are available in different volume and sizes according to your requirement. There are various applications which can be there for your laboratory for small processes or for some testing. So, and they can be supplied with special attachments for purging air or for taking out air or doing some special things what you need. These are tube furnaces. So these tube furnaces again available up to 1700 degrees centigrade, and the tube can be of alumina or quartz, can be with special flanges, water cooled flanges for vacuum, gas provision, or a vacuum pump if you need. So those all can be supplied together with the furnace. Again, all these products are customizable, so they are just examples that we are offering to the customer, that these options are available, but we are open for your specific needs. These are bottom loading furnaces. So these bottom loading furnaces are available 1200, 1500, 1800, and different chamber sizes are also possible. Then these are a little bit larger furnaces for process. So this is a conveyor furnace. So it could be a mesh belt conveyor furnace, in which there is a whole belt on which the product can move inside this, and it can be in a special atmosphere. There can be multiple zones of heating inside the furnace or cooling inside the furnaces according to your process needs. This is a tube furnace also with special atmosphere and multiple zones. This is for wire annealing furnace, tube of wire annealing. This is a large bottom loading furnace. So this year our customer is using for the ceramic sintering. So this is up to 1700 degrees centigrade with molybdenum disilicide heating element, and the bottom lifts up, and you can have a charge which is sitting here, and this hot part which is coming out can be moved out. So they all can be done according to your requirement. So they can be used for melting of high purity glass, or for ceramic sintering, or for any other application of yours. This is a special project we did for VSSC, which was a high temperature UTM machine. So they were already having a machine from Russia, and they wanted to upgrade it because it was quite manual. So we did the whole, except the UTM, we did the whole machine for the heating up temperature and going up to 2500 degrees centigrade, and the whole automation associated with it, and the outer chamber, what you see here, it looks like a Russian design what we had. So there's a water cooling outer jacket in which the water is flowing outside, and inside the experimentation can be done for materials at high temperature, for UTM at high temperature. So this was a local customer. So he brought to us some material which was like a dust, and he told that once you heat it, it will become much bigger. So it is called a vermiculate. So this furnace we are feeding from the top. So this is just an experimentation furnace, and once you heat up, so it becomes I think 20 or 30 times of its size within 6 to 8 seconds. So it is used for insulations and fireproofing. So once the customer comes with his requirement, so this is a very small customer at his place. This experimentation machine is there, and now he wants to expand to a bigger machine. So this is a vacuum sintering furnace with the 10 power -4 millibar vacuum, and temperature up to 1000 degrees centigrade. So this was for a customer in South Africa. We supplied this furnace for purification of gold. So this is again a vacuum furnace, and the temperature, they wanted to remove the mercury from the gold. So I think it was going up to 1200 degrees centigrade or so, and then this was supplied about, I think, 2-3 years back, and I hope the customer is using it fine, because we did not hear anything from it, and he wants some additional heaters now. This is just now we supplied to, I think, DRDO silicon for sintering of silicon nitride material. Temperature is up to 1700 degrees centigrade. It uses molybdenum disilicide, and also there's two vacuum pumps, mechanical and backup root pump, and so they're being used for the sintering of silicon nitride. So this is a new order that we have to fulfill for BRC Tarapur. It is a glove box furnace up to 1700 degrees centigrade. So this will be inside the glove box, and the furnace operating pressure is 100 millibar. So it's not so big, but it is inside the glove box, so the operations are restricted and the space is also restricted. So we are working with this customer for. So these are just examples of what different kind of furnaces we are offering, and so this is the, I think, the last slide of my long presentation, and I hope the information was of use to you.